Hello and welcome to the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. Bandipur is part of a belt of forests that houses the highest number of tigers in the whole of India. So clearly something is going right. But there are a lot of challenges ahead and a lot that still needs to be done. Over the next half hour, we'll take you inside Bandipur to take a closer look at the efforts to save and protect India's magnificent tiger. Bandipur is part of the Nilgiri Biosphere and is about 80 kilometers from Mysore in Karnataka. The area was a private hunting reserve of the Mysore Maharajas back in the 1930s. In 1941, it became the Venugopala Wildlife Sanctuary and came under Project Tiger in 1973. The park now covers 874 square kilometers as the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. This is an area which has actually seen the population of tigers increasing. With a density of 1 tiger per 8 square kilometers, the area is recognized as one of the highest density zones of the big cat by the Global Tiger Protocol. And we can vouch for at least one. We are an excited bunch of people right now because we just saw a tiger. Thanks in part to the number of tigers in Bandipur, Karnataka has overtaken Madhya Pradesh as the Indian state with the largest number of tigers. If you take this whole forest region into consideration, including Nagarhole and Tamil Nadu's Mudumalai and Kerala's Wayanad, this becomes the area which has the largest number of tigers in the world.
See, the tiger indicates the health of a forest. It is at the apex of the ecosystem. So if the prey base is good, if the fodder is good, if the trees are good, tiger numbers will be high, the densities will be high. So I guess our forests are doing very well.
In the overall grim scenario surrounding the protection of the national animal, an area where the number of wild tigers is actually growing is precious indeed.
When our park was declared as a Project Tiger during 1973, our tiger population just 11. Now, presently we have got 105. Rigid protection is the main thing to increase their population. We have got surplus prey population. So that is also added advantage. And one more advantage is there is no settlement inside the national park.
The Bandipur National Park home to an estimated 105 tigers. But just outside the park boundary is where habitation starts, where people are living. But Bandipur was the first tiger reserve in the country to notify an eco-sensitive zone outside the park to help protect what is inside the park. The eco-sensitive zone extends 10 kilometers from the park boundaries and means that certain activities are prohibited or restricted in that area, whether mining, quarrying or commercial hotels. To help reduce the entry of people living close to the park into the forest to collect firewood, gas cylinders are supplied to people living in the nearby villages. With this choice of fuel available, there is less chance of people venturing into the forest, which is a risk both to them and to the wild animals they may encounter.
Through an NGO called Namma Sangha, we had distributed almost 3,000 LPG connections free of cost to the local people, and it has become a very popular program which has been extended to the entire state now.
Bandipur is part of a larger forest area that crosses state boundaries into Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and the corridors between these habitats are of vital importance. There is attention being paid to preserving these corridors to allow wild animals a relatively safe passage from one zone to another.
Karnataka has done a very creditable thing wherein right from Bannerghatta National Park, which starts close to Bangalore, 20 kilometers from Bangalore, there is a continuity of protected areas right up to Maharashtra with very few small breaks. Bannerghatta Park enjoins Kaveri Sanctuary, then the Hills, then BR Hills, then we have Bandipur, Nagarhole, Brahmagiri, Pushpagiri, Talkaveri, Kudremukha, Someshwara, right up to Dandeli Anshi. So we have a total protected area network with some small breaks which also we are trying to add to national parks.